Once there was a quiet village nestled between snow-capped mountains and shimmering rice fields. In this village lived a kind-hearted young woman named Aiko. She was loved by most, but there was one who sought to dim her light. A sly, cunning man named Renji, who used words like daggers wrapped in silk. His smile was sweet, but his words always left Aiko questioning her worth. One day, while walking through the forest to clear her mind, Aiko stumbled upon a small tea house she had never seen before. Inside sat an elderly woman with silver hair that shimmered like moonlight. Her eyes were sharp, as if they could see into the deepest corners of a soul. "Ah," the old woman said, without looking up. "You've been carrying a burden. Come, sit. Tea always loosens the knots." As the tea warmed her hands, Aiko poured out her heart. She spoke of Renji, of how his words twisted her thoughts, made her doubt her memories, and turned her joy into confusion. "Perhaps I am the problem," she whispered. The old woman let out a soft chuckle, like wind rustling through bamboo. "Child, have you ever watched the moon reflected in a pond?" Aiko nodded. "Yes, many times." "And if someone throws a stone, does the moon shatter?" "No," Aiko said, frowning. "The moon remains whole. Only the water ripples." The old woman's smile deepened, her eyes glinting with knowing. "You are the moon. Renji throws stones, hoping to break your reflection. But his stones do not touch your true self. They only disturb the surface. But the ripples, they make me feel broken," Aiko murmured. "That's because you look too long at the water," the woman said gently. "Look up, child. Look at the real moon. It is untouched, unbroken." Aiko sat in silence, letting the words sink in. The old woman leaned closer, her voice firm but kind. "When someone tries to twist your truth, do not argue. Instead, hold steady like the moon. Speak your truth without anger, and walk away from those who throw stones for sport. Their chaos is not yours to carry." The next day, Aiko met Renji in the village square. When he spoke with his usual sly charm, weaving confusion into her mind, Aiko took a deep breath. She remembered the moon and the rippling pond. "I see what you're doing," she said calmly, her voice as steady as mountain stone. "Your words are not my truth." Then, without waiting for his reply, she turned and walked away. From that day forward, Aiko chose her company wisely, surrounding herself with those who lifted her spirit, not those who sought to dim it. And though stones were still thrown from time to time, she learned to look past the ripples and see the unbroken light of her true self. The moral of the story: you are not what others say about you. Like the moon, your true self cannot be shattered by those who throw stones. Stand firm in your truth, and walk away from those who thrive on chaos.